So our new EP Coordinates is out. We had such an amazing time building these 5 songs. It was actually the first time that we had ever self-produced. And of course worked with the great Rick Rubin as co-curator. Technically it's called executive producer, but we really view it as more of like we were pulling pieces of art all together to make this project come to life. And the prevailing feeling that we wanted was to make everybody feel like when they were listening to it, they were driving through the desert in the middle of nowhere at midnight. And so every sound that we chose and every lyric that we put together, we were like, does this take you further into the desert or away from the desert? And that's sort of how we sculpted it.
It was made in a pretty tight like span of time, like really concise. And that was kind of also important to us because it felt like we were right there in the moment and people heard where we were as well. Plus it was just kind of a weird like mad rush to just kind of have it all like coming and building together so fast all at the same time.
So coordinates are a very specific set of numbers that define a very specific place. And we felt like these songs were basically our coordinates. It was really important to us after being gone for so long and quiet as we were sorting out life and the construct of everything that the band Perry is. It was really important for us to bring the most current versions of ourselves. So there's like all these volumes of songs that won't be heard because we didn't feel like it represented us in this moment. We evolved very quickly. We make music constantly, and Coordinates was just like this moment in time.
Well, I loved, watching socials and stuff, and fans asking, where are you guys? What are you coming out with next? Where are y'all? And then just dropping an album called Coordinates, and it's like, here's where we are, right here. It was a pretty cool like idea.
Yeah, it's fun. I've heard Rick defined by other artists as well. They're like, he's kind of like Buddha. He's kind of like Yoda. He's just this almost like mythical character at this point, Gandalf. I could add that to the list. I feel like what his great strength is he really sees inside an artist and he's there to make things better, whether it's like challenging a rhyme scheme in a song to make it better, or whether it's, to look at the songs as a whole and go, okay, this is your focal track, like make everything feel like this. I heard that the very first way he was credited on an album was as the reducer, not the producer. And so he's all about impact and minimalism, but with bigger sounds. And so that's one of the really amazing things that he brought to this project.
Especially since we are, producing this, because this is like the first body of work that the 3 of us got in there, and with another collaborator, and like really dove in on the production ourselves. And so like he really guided us and like helped us figure out, all right, figure out how you can simplify but still make impactful. My favorite's 7 Seconds, which is the first song on the EP, and I don't know, I really relate to it, like in this moment, getting out a new body of music after all the time that's sort of passed. It was a little stressful, but like it sort of channeled through that, and that's the one I relate to at this moment. What about you guys?
I'm trying to think. I like Marfa Prada, which is the 5th song in the EP. We did this thing, and we really do every time we make an album. We have a very strong visual concept in our minds, and for this one it was like the desert, but even more specifically Prada Marfa. We flipped the words for the sake of the song. But it was Prada Marfa, and it was this really wild, high fashion, high design art concept in the middle of Texas. And so we love the idea of things where they don't seemingly belong,
but still excellent.
Fit perfectly. And so I love that song. It makes me feel that way. We took that trip in our imaginations first, and then actually physically got to do the road trip from California through Nevada to Marfa a couple months ago, and that's where we got all the visuals and collected that for the release.
Yeah, and nostalgia for me, it in my head, well, it to me, perfectly, in my head, I can see exactly the sound and the vision we were wanting, which is driving through a desert at night. That to me is what I was in a black, Dodge Charger, going fast.
Very specific. I love that.
Anyways, that's why.
Video
Yeah.
right there.
We have a lot that we're doing right now. We are constantly in the studio working on new songs. So, I'd love to put out, I don't know
Yeah.
how many between now and
Yeah, in the
the
very
next
near
little while.
future. Yeah, so like we've created an art house also around the band that, you know, we're doing a lot of the visuals ourselves, the merch, the designs for all that. We've sort of brought it all in-house. So it's really exciting to like put our hands on everything that we're giving to the world, and just more and more, you know, songs are of course driving this thing, and we're having a really great time in the studio. We feel pretty inspired at this moment.
So yes, to put them out in speed of creation,
Yep.
but also be on the road playing everything out live. And so I think we're really looking forward to that element as well.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more videos from your favorite artist. And while you're here, check out these other videos.